This video that you are watching right now is going to do either very well or it will flop. Hello, my friend. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, journalist, podcaster, Anglophile. And do people still care about Zayn Malik? That is not me being shady. It is a serious question. Well, I care because Zayn brings back all the nostalgia. Y'all know I used to cover One Direction a lot. And Little Mix too. And their relationship. Oh yeah, y'all. Look at... Well, Perrie herself is doing some reminiscing. She was just a guest on a podcast and looked back to her relationship with the former One Direction member. While chatting on the We Need to Talk podcast, the now 32-year-old Little Mix member, enjoying the group's pause, says to host Paul C. Brunson, quote, "I think definitely at the time, I thought everything we experienced in our relationship was normal because it was my first relationship, first love. I was like, oh, this is how it's supposed to feel. It's supposed to feel a little bit toxic. In some ways, this is probably normal, right? Wrong. And I am now getting PTSD from Gigi Hadid and the accusations that she and her mother Yolanda made against Zayn. Remember? It got real ugly. DV. Well, the two of them dated for many years. They were even engaged to be married. I mean, I guess she was so young and it was her first love, but thank God she didn't go through with it because they, toxic. And it was not until after they broke up that Perrie was able to get some clarity. She says, and then when I became single, I was almost thinking like, I never ever want to go through that again. I didn't even want to meet anybody. I was like, that's me, done. I don't think I could bear that pain. But now, reflecting back, I'm thinking, oh, that probably wasn't good. And I've noticed it a lot. She didn't go into specifics, but she did share an interaction with Zayn that she had after they broke up that made her feel very uncomfortable. She says, I remember there was one point my ex reached out and I didn't know how to handle the situation because I'd been with Alex, her boyfriend after Zayn, for like a year and a half or 2 years. And I felt a bit uncomfortable about it. And I remember sweating and panicking and thinking, I've got to tell Alex that Zayn reached out to her. I remember being terrified, thinking, oh no. And then I sat down and I was like, I need to tell you something. He was like, okay, is everything all right? I was like, yes, such and such reached out today and it was really weird. And he was like, saying what? So I told him everything and he's like, okay, well, I really appreciate you telling me. Thank you for letting me know. That's fine. Hopefully he doesn't contact you again. And I was thinking, okay, and that's that. That was it. And that was a change for Perrie. She was not used to a healthy relationship. She told the podcast host that Alex has always kind of been like that and that she needed that cool, calm, and collected energy in her life. That's not what Zayn used to offer. But, big but, maybe, hopefully, ever since the Gigi Hadid situation, that's now been a few years, perhaps he's matured. I believe in giving people grace and space to be better and do better. But Zayn sure left his scars on Perrie. When she first started dating Alex, Oxlade Chamberlain, who is a soccer player, she was walking on eggshells because she was traumatized by the toxic relationship she had with the former One Direction member. Wait, that's a good question. I said former because remember, Zayn quit. So even though One Direction is on a pause, he's still a former member, right? Perrie explains about the beginning of her relationship with Alex, quote, "In the start of the relationship, I would handle things differently with Alex, and he'd come at it with such a level head that it would throw me." You guys, her new man being nice to her, she could not process that at first. Zayn really did a number on that young, impressionable little lass. Perrie adds, like, little things might happen, and I'd think, oh, now he's gonna kick off of Alex. He's not gonna like this. And I'd be like, oh, this happened. And he'd be like, all right. And it would throw me. He's very mature. He's very laid back. He's very level-headed. He's not the type to get mad or get angry or get funny about things. Aww. And she got her happy ending. Yes, she did. Perrie and Alex are still together, and they have a 3-year-old son. Oh, and he's got his daughter, and we're all older now. And we're lucky to still be here. And elsewhere in the podcast, Perrie opened up about feeling bad for her Little Mix bandmates amid her relationship with Zayn, because a lot was made to be about him. At the time, she thought everyone was worried that we're only gonna make it because it's off the back of One Direction. Remember, One Direction was huge. Night changes. Oh, it's what makes it beautiful. Although, you know what? Hot take, which I don't even think is that controversial. One Direction got as far as they did because of pretty privilege. Yeah, I said it. Most of their music was very mid, and they didn't dance. I like my boy bands to dance. Perrie said, everyone was worried that we're only going to make it because it's off the back of One Direction. At the time, it must have been frustrating for the other girls getting asked about it all the time. And speaking of the other girls, you guys, I've mentioned it fleetingly here and there. Jade from Little Mix has released a lot of solo music this year and last year, and it is so good. The gays love her. I wish the masses, at least in the US, were also supporting. But you can have taste, and you can stream Jade and check it out for yourself and love it like I do. And congratulations to her and sending positive vibes to him. Look at us all being so mature. All right, my fam, thoughts on what she said or what I said, thoughts on anything and everything, let's discuss it all in the comments section. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you so much. Mwah! See you there.